Hi friends, I'm excited to be with you again to discuss this week's fifth fruit of the Spirit. We've already done four. We've done love, joy, peace, and patience. So let's take a look back at the challenges you did last week after we talked about patience. Great job with all those challenges. I wish I could sample all of your baked goods. Let's see, this week's winner is Eris Burdett. Congratulations, Eris. I'll be sending you a fun gift card so you can pick something out. To introduce this week's fruit of the Spirit, we're talking about kindness. I'm gonna read you a book and it's called God's Very Good Idea. And it's written by Trilla Newbell. And I really like this book, and I think it gives us a great place to start when we're talking about kindness. So come along with me as we read. In the beginning, in fact, before the beginning, God had a very good idea. It was an even better idea than solar panels in 1954. Chocolate chip cookies in 1938. It's hard to beat chocolate chip cookies. The Super Soaker gun in 1982. Or the color TV in 1942. Or fireworks in 700 BC. The life raft in 1880. Roller skates in 1760. And the X-ray machine in 1895. These are lots of fun ideas. God's idea was to make people, lots of different people who would all enjoy loving him and all enjoy loving each other. They would all be made in his image. They would all be like mirrors reflecting what God is like. Because God is full of love, they would be full of love too. So God got to work. He made a beautiful world for people to live in. Then he made the first people, a man and a woman, and he said to them, "Be happy, enjoy loving me and loving each other. Have a huge family that will fill the earth and look after the earth and enjoy the earth." So God carried on creating people. All of them were made in his image, and all of them were different too. Some were men and some were women. Some liked reading and some liked riding bikes. Some had darker skin and some had lighter skin. Some had curly hair and some had straight hair. We live in God's world and we're all different, but we are also all the same. Everyone you see is different than you and the same as you. They might look different or speak different or play different, but they are all made in God's image, and so they are all valuable. This is God's very good idea. But people ruined God's very good idea. The first people chose not to love God. This is called sin. And because they chose not to love God as they should, they forgot how to love each other as they should. We are the same. We choose not to love God, and so we are not able to love each other like we should. We sin. Sometimes we treat others badly because they are different than us. People fight with each other, people are mean to each other, and people laugh at each other. Because we have ruined God's very good idea, he's not pleased with us, and our sin means we can't be friends with him or enjoy living with him. We need God's forgiveness for ruining God's very good idea. It's the same for everyone in the world. People who like reading need forgiveness, and people who like riding bikes need forgiveness. People with darker skin need forgiveness, and people with lighter skin need forgiveness. People with curly hair need forgiveness, and people with straight hair need forgiveness. But God was not surprised by people ruining things. He had always had a very good plan to rescue his very good idea. So God got to work, and he came to earth as a person. Jesus. Jesus loved people who were different than him, and he loved people who no one else loved. Your faith has made you well. I can see. He has always enjoyed loving all the different people he met. Jesus shows us how to enjoy loving each other. But people didn't love Jesus. Instead, they hated him. They put him on a cross to die, but this was part of God's plan. On the cross, Jesus took our sin so that we can be forgiven, and Jesus forgives his people for their sins. Jesus didn't stay dead. He rose back to life and then went back to live in heaven. And then he gave people his Spirit to help them enjoy loving him and loving all the different people they know. Jesus helps us to love each other. One day, God will finish his very good idea. Jesus will come back and make the world perfect again, and anyone who has asked Jesus to forgive them will live there with their different languages and different skin colors. They will enjoy loving God and loving each other. They will enjoy praising God for making, rescuing, finishing his very good idea. But here's a very, very, very good part of God's very good idea. You don't have to wait until then to enjoy it. Jesus welcomes anyone who asks him to forgive them, and when Jesus welcomes someone, he welcomes them into his family forever. He welcomes people who like reading and people who like riding bikes. He welcomes people with darker skin and people with lighter skin. He welcomes people with curly hair and people with straight hair. God's family is called the church. Your church friends are your brothers and sisters, your wonderful and colorful church family. You can enjoy loving them and loving God with them. This is God's very good idea. Lots of different people enjoying loving him and loving each other. God made it, people ruined it, but he rescued it and he will finish it. And with your church family, you can enjoy being part of it right now. So I love this story because it talks about our need to be forgiven when we mess up, right? Because we all have those moments where we're not good at loving other people and we're not being kind. But it also emphasizes how we can be a part right now of showing forgiveness and love and kindness to people around us, people that are different than us. People inside our family and outside of our family. The whole world needs to experience God's kindness so that they can be a part of that family too. So this week, I challenge you to try to be kind to the people that you live with, kind to the people you just see when you're out and about, kind to the people you can't even see right now because you have to stay 6 feet apart, but we can still be creative about the ways we show God's kindness to those around us. So to give us a few ideas, the Miller family is going to talk to us about how they have been kind.
Hi, we're the Miller family. I'm Audrey.
I'm Iris. And I'm Dee.
And we're going to talk with you all a little bit about how we've seen kindness. Iris, how have you seen kindness?
I've seen kindness in Edie when she goes and gets, when she goes and gets my mom when I fall off my bike.
That is so kind. Edie, how have you seen kindness?
When Iris goes to get mom for me when I hurt myself by accident, like when I fall off my bike or trip on something, or I pretend I'm falling, but sometimes it's actually a real fall.
Sure.
It feels like one.
Yeah, so you guys have been practicing being kind to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen Edie be kind in making art for us or for other people and in offering to help with different things around the house. Like if she sees me cooking, she'll ask if she can help, or folding laundry and that kind of thing to help. I've seen Iris be kind. She's made so much jewelry for me and for other people, which is just so lovely. And their dad, Mo, has been kind when he has spent time on his day off repairing our van. And one day he drove through Starbucks and brought me home a coffee as a surprise. And that was so considerate. So we miss you all. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Millers, for sharing those ideas with us. Oh, by the way, today is Edie's birthday, so happy birthday, Edie. Okay, let's get into this week's challenges. First, for the memory challenge, this is our verse that we're going to work on this week. It's from Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and tender to one another. Forgive each other just as God forgave you, because what Christ has done. Ephesians 4:32. So in the same way that God has shown forgiveness to us, we need to show forgiveness and kindness to other people. That's our motivation to be kind, because of the kindness God has shown us. So I really want us to memorize that verse this week. And for our serve challenge, I have made kindness bingo cards that I'll be sharing with you. So I want you to choose random acts of kindness from the bingo board to do as a family. So here's a sneak peek, and I'll be posting this too. But there's lots of fun ideas, some things big, some things small, because even small acts of kindness can make a big impact. So you can choose which ones you want to do together as a family and share those with us. And you can go any way you want, and there's even a free space. So have fun doing some acts of kindness together. And finally, for our family fun challenge, I want you to create a 901 rock to spread messages of kindness in our city. So if you've never seen a 901 rock before, I made one yesterday. I just found this rock and I thought it was really cool because it was shaped like a heart. So I wrote choose kindness on that, and I'm gonna put it somewhere, maybe outside around our church building, and see if anybody can find it. It's just a fun way to spread a message of hope and love and kindness in our city. So paint some 901 rocks and find neat locations to hide those so that people can find them. It's been fun being with you guys this week. Next week, we're going to be talking about goodness. And one of my favorite things recently has been watching the Some Good News videos that John Krasinski has been making. So we're going to make a Sycamore View Some Good News video. So I need you guys to send me videos and pictures telling me good stories, good things that are happening that we can share with each other as we talk about goodness next week. So I will see you guys back here next week. Bye. Be kind to each other.